Hey guys, what's up? Tyler here from Team Police, and I'm going to be showing you my Darkworld deck for March 2013 ban list. I played it today at locals, and my only loss was Macro Rabbit. I tied for second place. So the deck's still pretty sturdy. A lot of people think it's like a low tier 2 deck now, but like it really isn't. It can still compete with all the new decks. It's really good against Fire Kings. That's why I'm making this video. I think Darkworlds are going to come back a bit because Garunix just doesn't have a fun time with Grapha because Grapha just comes back. So anyways, I'll start with the deck list now. Obviously, you run your 3 Graphas. That's mandatory. The main beat stick of the deck. And you run your 3 Snows. Like, that's your Searcher. It's always the same way. Then you run your Browse. You always run your Browse. The draw power, the engine to the deck. I run 2 Silva and 2 gold. The reason for this is it's just a really useful card. When it's discarded, it's special summoned. Not a lot of Darkworld decks actually use this, but both of them work the same way. When they're discarded, they special summon, and they're level 5, so you can go for Tears and Adrius, which it just really helps out the deck and helps you get over things. Most decks just go straight for Grapha, so you know it's nice to have some variety in there. I run 2 Ravens. The reason for the Raven is that you can discard as many cards from your hand as you want and buff Raven. He's a tuner, so you can synchro a bit. A really common play that I do is summon your Raven, discard your gold so it would come back, Raven gains a level, so you can synchro 8. So you can synchro 8 quite a bit in this deck, and it makes it more versatile, gets your cards to the grave. 2 Tour Guides. Obviously, you should run Tour Guide. Your target is Brow, obviously. And you can also target the other Tour Guide if you want to keep your Brows for like your Gates loop and things like that. Because I know a lot of people aren't fond of using their Brows for materials, but sometimes you need it. 1 Morphing Jar. Morphing Jar is just really good in the deck because all your monsters are going to get their effects when they're discarded. So Morphing Jar is always a good choice. And I run a BLS. I run a BLS because of Raven. Raven's a light. Even though it isn't that consistent, you do see your Raven pretty often. You know, there's 2 in the deck, so it never hurts to have a BLS. It's really good late game because you'll definitely have a Raven in there. That's 19 monsters. It's pretty average for monsters. You know, you get back your Graphas, so you don't really need much more. For spells, I run 10 spells. Obviously, you run your 3 gates. It's the main spell card engine, the field card. I also run 3 Darkworld dealings. I don't run any drag down, I only run these. A lot of people tell me to run drag down, but I don't personally like drag down. The reason I don't like drag down is because you have to play around with your hand too much to use it. Like, you always have to set cards and just put things back row, just normal spells, just so you can use drag down and force them into picking something in your hand, and it really alters your play too much to use. And a lot of people know how to counter Darkworlds, so when you have Darkworld cards in your hand, they know which ones they want to put in the grave in compared to other ones. So in return, I just like to use dealings. I can just pick myself what I discard. I take a Foolish. I take a Foolish because sometimes you just really need to get that graph to the grave. I know you don't get his effect because this is sending and not discarding. But the thing is, though, is that like if you open this up and Brow first turn, you can just Foolish your Grapha, not get the target something on your opponent's side of the field and blow it up with Grapha, but you can just normal summon the Brow, pop it, get the Grapha out, you're set for the turn pretty much. You just got a little bit of pressure applied. Card Destruction makes sense. You know, everything gets their effects when they're discarded. For the staples, I only run 2. No MST because of Grapha's effect, and no Heavy Storm because of just the large number of things you run back row, so just Dark Hole and Monster Reborn. For the traps now, I run 11 traps. I run 2 Dark Smogs. It's your backup engine. I don't run 3, I find that's too much, too cloggy. Like, I'd consider running 3 if you ran, like, 3 silver, 3 gold. But just with 2 and 2, it's not good. Dark Smog's a really cool card. It's fun to use against Monster Reborn, like, chain it to, banish whatever they're trying to reborn. It's really cool. Same thing with Call of the Haunted. One of the best back row cards for this deck is Torrential, because you can just Torrential the entire field and know you're going to get back your Graphas, so it doesn't really matter. Then 2 Mirror Force, obviously. I don't know why people aren't running Mirror Force. Like, I just can't wrap my head around it. Some people are still running it at 1, or some people don't run it at all. Like, it's a really good card. It just should be run. Then you got your 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. Normally, if you were to run 3 Smog, you definitely wouldn't run these. That's because you would always have things banished, and you would never be able to banish them to discard your cards. But not relying on Smog too much and just having 2, I find this is perfect. And with 2, you can also run your 2 D-Prisons. And D-Prisons are really good cards, so I kind of don't rely on the Smogs so much, so I can use these cards. And my last card is Starlight Road. Like, it really makes sense when you consider the fact you run 11 traps and your field card's always out. Like, you can want to prevent that heavy storm. For the extra deck, you don't normally do much Exceeding in this deck besides your 3s. But, you know, I have some things in here. A Leviathan. A Leviathan's really good. Oh, sorry about this. It's not exactly in order. A Zemines and an Acid Golem are my 3s. You don't really need to go for anything other than these. Like, that's just if you want to ram into, like, a BLS. That's if you really, really get a bad hand and you want to go Tour Guide, Brow, just sit on that. That's just if you want to apply some more pressure, right? If you only have, like, maybe 1 Graph Engrave and you get a Tour Guide, you can go for those. The 2 level 5s, oh, my mistake. Also Levier. Levier is really cool. Go Levier, bring back Snow, return to the hand for a Grapha. Then you can discard the Snow. Really cool. The only 5s I run are Tears and Adrius, mainly because I like these more than the other 5s you can run. I don't find there's too many good 5s right now. Adrius, it's a Fiend, so it also benefits off that field card, so it makes it 29. Tears, don't go for it as much as Adrius, but it is really good, and it's nice to have there for backup. When it comes to Synchros, I have quite a bit. I run 2 Stardust. I have Starlight Road, obviously, and I can also Synchro 8 with that play I showed earlier. 1 Black Rose, like if you use your Raven, discard a bunch, like your Gold and your Silva comes out, and then they somehow don't destroy the Raven, I don't know, you Mirror Force, you can always then hit the field if you need to. I actually went for this today and nuked the field, which is kind of rare because, you know, it's not really easy to go for, but I managed to do it. And then I run 3 level 8 Synchros. Scrap Dragon's just good. You don't have to say anything else about that. Dark Highlander, he's actually a 7, my mistake. Prevents people from synchroing, so, you know, any deck that's synchro-centric, you get that out. You know, they're in a tough spot. And it's like, it's a Fiend, and it's 2800, so that's like 3100 attack. They can't synchro, like, it's pretty much GG from there. It's a really hard card to get around. And, my last one I run are Thought Ruler Archfiend. The reason for this is it's just a good card. It's really underrated. Can't understand why people don't run this. You gain a lot of health. Your life points just go up so much, and it's such a high beat stick. It's just really good. When it comes to your extra deck, or your side deck, my mistake, you really can't ask other people what they run, because it depends on what your tournament's like. We have a side decking video we're going to release soon. Kyle's going to make it. Just to pretty much understand what you should side at locals, but like obviously you can't side a lot of things that most people do, like macro and defissure, but you can get around it. Like light imprisoning mirrors are really good, and I don't know, Mind Crush and system downs for Machina Gergias, stuff like that. It really depends on what you're playing, so I can't really help you out too much. If you ever wanted to hear my personal opinion, you could tell me what your locals are like in inboxes, because we're always here to help. Anyways, that's it for the deck. Thank you, and subscribe for some more content.